اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد فرجهم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. رب زدني علما وارزقني فهما. اللهم كن لوليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. We started covering yesterday the rules of noon sakin and tanween, and we said a noon sakina or the noon that's hiding inside a tanween can be four ways, either in an idgham or by id-haar or by iqlab or with an ikhfa. So we covered yesterday, we explained the rule of iqlab, and today we will inshallah explain the rule of id-haar. Id-haar means to make apparent or to show the noon sakina or tanween. So to read the noon sakin sound clear without any nasalization. This happens when the noon sakina, when a word ending with a noon sakin or a word ending with a tanween, which means one of the double vowels, is followed by a harf halqi. We've done huruf al-halqiyya in lesson number 1. These are the 6 throat letters that are pronounced from our throat. If noon sakina or tanween are followed by one of harf al-halqi, by one of our huruf al-halqiyya, the throat letters, then the sound of this will be recited clearly with no nasalization. You will not use your nose at all to make a sound, and you will recite the noon sakin sound very clearly, and you will show it off. So let's do some examples. So here we have each one of the throat letters. So examples from the with noon sakin and tanween followed by one of each throat letter. So the first one is the alif or hamza. Now alif or hamza with vowels on them are the same thing. The hamza is the same as the alif that has a vowel. So here if I said min ahli and use the nose, so I have to recite it clearly. Min ahli. Min ahli. The next one is the ba tanween. So the ba is followed by a double vowel. The ba has a double vowel above it, and it's followed by an alif, which means it's a throat letter. So I have to say adabun alimun. Adabun alimun. Adabun alimun. That would be incorrect. I hope that makes sense. And if you, if anybody would like to volunteer to recite the examples, please. So, the line number 1, if anybody would like to recite line number 1. So including the 2 examples I recited.
Assalamu alaikum, sister, may I try?
Yes, please, go ahead.
Min ahli.
Ahsan.
Azabun alimun.
Yes.
Kufuwan ahad.
Ahsanti. Do the qalqala on the dal sukun, please.
Kufuwan ahad.
Ahsanti, barakallah feek. MashaAllah. Okay, who will recite the next line? So with the letter ha, the noon sakin is followed by a ha, which comes from the lowest part of the throat, the bottom of the throat. Minhum. Salamun hiya. Tahtihal anharu. It would be wrong to say tahtihal anharu, because this is not a place for ikhfa. This is id-haar. The noon sakin has to be recited clearly without any nasalization, because it's followed by the letter ha. Tahtihal anharu. So who would like to recite this line, please?
Can I go, please?
Go ahead, please.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Minhum salamun hiya. Tahtihal anharu.
Ahsanti. Now, the middle one, but without stopping in between, because if you're in the middle of a sentence, you cannot stop there. Salamun hiya. So continue the recitation.
Salamun hiya.
Ahsanti.
تحتها الأنهار.
Ahsanti. Now the next example is a noon sakin followed by the letter ha, which comes from the middle of our throat. ينحتون من حولهم رزقا حسنا. Who would like to recite this line?
May I read it, teacher?
Yes, please, go ahead.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. ينحتون من حولهم رزقا حسنا.
So you did a nasalization. You said rizqan hasanan.
رزقا حسنا.
You did nasalization again. You're saying rizqan hasanan. Remember, for the we are not going to do any nasal sound. Rizqan hasanan. The noon has to be clear without the usage of our nose. Rizqan hasanan.
رزقا حسنا.
Yes. So rizqan hasanan is incorrect. Rizqan hasanan is the correct way of reciting this. Okay. The next is the letter kha, which comes from the top part of our throat. If you remember what we did in lesson number 1, and it's for the noon sakin here in the first word is followed by the letter kha. So we will apply Id-haar and recite it clearly and show off the noon without any nasalization. Min khayrin or min khayri. If I said min, that would be incorrect because that means I have used a nasalization sound. Min khayri is using nasalization. So I recite it without nasalization. Min khayri in khiftum min khizyin. Who would like to recite this line, please?
Can I try?
Go ahead, please.
Min khayri
Okay, try now.
in khiftum
Ahsan.
min khizyin.
That's right, yes. The next example is of the letter Ain. So we have Ain, which is from the middle part of our throat, and the Noon Sakina will be recited like this. An'amta, like in Surah Al-Fatiha, Sirata alladhina an'amta, not an'amta, Sirata alladhina an'amta, min Ainin, wasi'un alim, wasi'un alim. Okay, who would like to recite this line, please?
May I try, please?
Yes, please, go ahead.
أنعمت
So
من
recite it again, please, making sure that the noon is a sukoon.
أنعمت من عين واسع عليم.
Ahsanti, barakallah. So the next letter is the letter Ghain, and if you remember, Ghain comes from the top part of our throat, where the letter Kha comes from, then next to each other. An ghadiba. So an ghadiba would an ghadiba qawman ghayrakum azizun ghafurun. Who would like to recite this line, please? Who hasn't had a go would like to recite this line? Would you like to recite this line?
May I read it, teacher?
Yes, please, go ahead.
غضب.
So the dad, you need to pronounce the makhraj dad properly. We've done the makhraj dad a few lessons ago. So for the dad, your tongue, the sides of your tongue will touch your gum line where your molar teeth are at the back. Tip of your tongue, the front part of your tongue will be touching your behind the teeth, and you would make the heavy sound dad an ghadiba.
أن غضب قوما غيركم.
So you made a nasalization there on the mim alif double fathas. Make sure you recite it clearly. The noon that has to be recited clearly without any nasalization. قوما غيركم is not correct.
قوما غيركم.
قوما غيركم. Recite the noon with showing it off clearly.
قوما غيركم.
أحسن.
عزيز غفور.
MashaAllah, ahsanti, that's perfect. So now in the next example we have, the next page we have all mixed examples. So I want each one of you to recite a full line, but every time you are going to explain the rule yourself. Which rule you will apply and why. So if we can start with Sister Zahida, you can tell us which rule you will apply on each one of the 4 examples and why.
So, عذاب أليم
So which rule did you apply and why?
Id-haar, because the bad Dhamma thing is followed by a throat letter.
Ahsanti. And the next one?
وَإِنْ خِفْتُمْ, it's again Id-haar, because it's the Nun Sukun is followed by a throat letter.
Which is the letter Kha. Okay.
Yes.
And the next, you explain the rule first and then recite the example.
Sumbulatan. Here I did ikhfa because the Nun Sukun is not followed by a throat letter but an ikhfa letter.
Is it an ikhfa letter? This is the rule that we did yesterday.
Oh, sorry. Yes, you're right. Actually, it should be like this. Sumbulatan. So this is iqlab. Because Nun Sukun followed by a ba would be replaced by a mim.
The Noon Sukun would be replaced by the meme because of the letter Ba that's following it, and that is the rule of Iqlab. Ahsanti, sister. And the next one is exactly the same. So the letter Noon Sukun is followed by the letter Ba, which is the rule we did yesterday, and we will apply Iqlab. And Iqlab means to change the Noon Sukun to the letter Meme because the Noon is followed by the letter Ba. We would recite this with 2 counts of nasalization.
Tumbitu.
Ahsanti. So whereas the first 2 examples which were Id-haar, you cannot nasalize, but in Iqlab you must nasalize for 2 counts. MashaAllah, Ahsanti. Who would like to do the next line, please? If you tell us the rule and why you're applying that rule, and then recite the example.
May I please?
Go ahead, please.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So here is in the second one is the rule of Id-haar. It's man amila
Ahsanti, because the Noon Sukun is followed by
the ain, which is
a throat.
Okay.
Ahsanti. Yes. Next one.
The next one again, the tanween, za tanween is by a ghain, which is a throat letter, so that's Id-haar. So it's azizun ghafurun. Okay. Now here is iqlab, and then iqlab as well, because after noon you put the ba, so change to meme. So
And you recite it with 2 counts of nasalization.
yes, 2 counts of nasalization, and you try to do the gunna so that your lips are not touching through properly.
Ahsan.
Okay. Man ba'athana min baynina.
MashaAllah. Thank you very much, sister. Who would like to recite next?
May I try, sister?
Go ahead.
Sorry, somebody else is trying.
You can go ahead, and then that person can unmute and recite the next line.
Ji. First letter min ajalin, min ajlin. Sorry, min ajli.
Ahsanti. So which rule did you apply on the Noon Sakin here?
So this is Id-haar letter because the noon sukun is followed by alif, which is a Id-haar letter. So
Which
there
is
is no
throat letter, which comes from the bottom part of your throat. So you are Ahsanti. I would like you to recite it again, but this time also apply the qalqala on the Jim Sukun, because Jim Sukun is one of the 5 qalqala letters, the Qutb Jad letters. When they have a sukun above them, they have to be recited with an echo. Min ajli.
min ajli. Min ajli.
The second one was much better. Of the sound, bounce the sound.
Min ajli.
Ahsanti. And the next one, what rule would you apply?
And next should be Id-haar as well, because noon sukun is followed by huruf halaqi, which is a Id-haar letter, that is ha.
Ahsanti.
Yanhituna.
Ahsanti.
Then sorry.
Yes, go ahead.
Then the third letter is an iqlab letter because noon, in min, noon sukun is followed by a ba, so there should be a nasal sound for 2 counts.
Replace the noon sukun to which letter?
Meme.
To the meme. So you replace the noon sukun to a meme, and then when you're reciting, you will nasalize you will put the noon in your nose and you will nasalize the sound whilst reciting.
The name in your nose.
وَيُؤْمِن بِاللَّهِ. And the fourth letter, again, noon sukun is followed by a ba. So noon will be replaced by meme. And we'll nasalize it for 2 counts.
Yes.
So, Jambi.
Ahsanti, mashallah. Who would like to recite the next line, please?
Can I go, please?
Go ahead, please.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Sorry. Min gillin.
So you did idhar for the noon sukun because it's followed by ghain.
Yeah.
Harf halqi. Next one.
Aliman. Khabiran.
Ahsanti.
Sami'um basirun.
So which rule did you apply on this one?
Iqlab.
And
Because of
what,
the ba.
because what is followed by the letter ba?
Nun ein sa. Ein double ein. Sorry.
Then that's fine. The double vowels, the double dhamma or the double do
ein.
pesh. Whatever you have learned to say them, do pesh or double dhamma or tan. So because the two dhammas or dhammatain, the two dhammas are followed because whenever we have a tanween, a double vowel, there is a noon hiding inside it. So if I was the first word as it is, I would say sami'un. So the ayn double dhammas, the ayn do pesh has come with a noon in it. And it's that noon that we have to replace to a meme because of the ba after it. Ahsanti, sami'un basirun is correct. Next one, please.
ومن بلغ.
Ahsanti. Again, you applied iqlab. Why did you apply the rule of iqlab?
Because it's nun sakin followed by the ba.
Ahsanti. So we changed the noon sukun to the letter meme. Ahsanti, mashallah. Okay, who would like to recite the next example, the next line?
Can I try?
Please go ahead.
رغدا حيث
Ahsanti.
كتاب أنزلناه
That's correct.
عليم بذات شهيدا بيني.
Ahsanti. All of them were applied perfectly. Who would like to recite the next line, please? So basically now all the lines are exactly like the ones above. So the first two, you will be applying the rule of idhar, and then the next two, the following two, you'll be applying the rule of iqlab because the tanween or noon sukun are followed by the letter ba. Okay? The next. Has everybody had a go?
May I read it?
Yes, please go ahead.
Qawmin hadin. That's throat letter because the means followed by throat letter. So that's izhar.
Ahsanti.
Salamun alaykum.
So which rule?
Yeah, that's izhar as well. And baiha, that's iqlab because the afternoon second is ba letter. And izim ba'atha.
So when the noon sakin is followed by the letter ba, you applied iqlab, but what did you do to the noon sakin? What did we change it to?
We change noon silent into him. Baiha.
That's it, correct?
Izim ba'atha. This
Ahsanti.
one is iqlab as well.
Nasalize for 2 counts. Ahsanti. Dim ba'atha. Ahsanti. Okay, so we have the last line. Sister Zahida, if nobody else wants to recite, can you please go ahead and recite?
وهنا على من عباده نفس بما جناح بعده.
أحسنتي ما شاء الله. I hope that explains today's rule of Id-haar and it's clear. Has anybody got any questions for the lesson? Okay, I hope it was clear and you will be able to apply the rule of Id-haar and Iqlab during your recitation of the Holy Quran.